Lee, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, we skipped yesterday. I was working from home, and you were having lunch with your mum, weren't you?
Yeah, had a half
Yeah,
day.
she good? Did you say hi for me?
Yeah, happy birthday to my mum yesterday.
Bless her. Your team on Siege is just lost, hasn't it?
Yeah, just been eliminated. They're gone.
Oh god, you got another team, though, haven't you? They play later today. Yeah, I think fingers crossed. But yeah, we're just doing sprint planning like we usually do. What are you doing this week, Lee?
Yeah, it's a lot of little tasks, really. Although saying that there's a big task with the Switch. Rob's gone over the bug fixes, or the bug problems again from last week. So we come over the QA, just double checking all the things we've changed again, making sure it now works as we want.
Yeah, the main thing was that with the controllers still need adjusting, I think.
Yeah, so still some tweaking for the controller. You've made some changes. I'll test that again and make some changes to the values again if needed. Other than that, there's a lot of smaller tasks as well. So I want to make a start on the Who Shuffled My Shapes announcement needs to be done this week as well. We planned that for Friday, so I want to get that done, drafted up, so we can check it over before we put it out. This needs to be the sort of big, all bells and whistles, got your game coming out, sort of excitement post. So
yeah, link it to basically everything, right?
yeah, we post it everywhere, link it to everything, do some cross posts on Steam, just try and get as much traction as we can, because nobody knows about the game yet other than people watching this video, so we need to get out there. And yeah, a lot of smaller tasks, and towards the end of the week, make a start on Hexseed, if I have time, because I want to get ahead of the curve as well, because that has its first DLC for year 2 coming out next month. So.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, for me, basically singular-minded this week. So I'm going to be working on Who Shuffled My Shapes all week, and we've got 18 out of 20 puzzles for the game. So I'm going to try and get those last 2 puzzles done. I don't know which ones are going to be yet, but yeah, it's just basically going to be me. Just get the content for the game done.
We've got quite a lot of these smaller tasks done throughout the day. The largest one being the announcement posts for Who Shuffled My Shapes. That's across all platforms. Bit of back and forth on this just to make sure again that the wording was as we want it and that we're getting the right messages across. But we're happy with it now, and it's scheduled to go out on Friday, the announcement that is. And we've also got cross posts on Steam, and as well as that, a scheduled post on Twitter as well. That's right here. Other than that, bit of work on the Year 1 Pass store page, just something to take off a very quick fix. Was updating these screenshots were very outdated, as well as that I noticed that the last 5 DLC weren't linked with the URL, so that's been done now as well, so that's great. But now, taking a step away from that, and I've relinked the Switch to the PC, and I'm going to go through the QA testing of the changes that Rob made last Friday.
Okay, so I've been a bit all over the place today. We might have another volunteer that might be willing to help us, so I've been sorting out a lot of stuff for that. But I think we'll be doing more of that tomorrow. But I have been doing some work on Who Shuffled My Shapes, so I've been working on the UI a bit more. There was a couple of things that just needed touching up from last week. So we've got these 2 buttons working now. So they actually, when you click on it, it does something. It does show you the credits, which is quite nice. Got a little scrolling. Got the font and stuff in and some colours. It looks quite stylized, which is nice. Yeah, the settings, we don't have any settings yet, but the template's there as well. One thing you might notice is like it's fading slowly between the 2, like the different panels we've got. That's just something I've done as well. We did it in Hexseed, it's just a small touch, but it really adds a lot. It makes the game seem a lot smoother. It's the same when you press play here, all of this UI sort of fades out. Looks quite nice. But yeah, just a little bit of dev work today, mainly just admin.
Morning, Rob!
Morning.
Wednesday. Still not Music Wednesday because the tournament's still on, even though your teams are fully gone.
Alright, rub it in, rub it in. You've only got 1 team left.
That's true.
Today, aren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, all my teams got eliminated yesterday, so.
I just want to stand up. What are you doing today, Rob?
Yeah, so for me today, it's mainly going to be Who Shuffled My Shapes. So I was a bit all over the place yesterday, so I did a bit of UI work to sort of, because it was less time consuming. But today, definitely need to be working on those puzzles. So a lot of 3D modelling, setting up configurations and stuff like that. Boring stuff, but it needs to be really.
Yeah, very fun. Straightforward for me as well. Just be all corner pixels on Switch. So I had a bit of practice with the joystick changes that I've been put in. I'm going to make some more tweaks to those, try and get them feeling a bit better, because right now it's a bit jarring. Try and get that refined, and then following that, just doing more QA testing for the book, see if we can find any more bugs before before you do another bug fixing task tomorrow.
Okay, so I've finally managed to actually start making a puzzle again. So I'm going for this, I think it's called a drum puzzle. So it's just basically like a barrel. And I've gone for this one because it's functionally very similar to just like the 3x3 basic cube. And we've got the scripts to cover that, so I thought this would be a nice little unique take. It's a different shape. It's a completely different shape that we've got compared to all the other ones, the rest like pentagons and stuff. This one's actually got curves. It's the only one with curves. So yeah, I thought it'd be quite interesting. I've made good progress, but I think there's still quite a bit more to do tomorrow. There's going to be the faces to put in, and obviously I need to tighten it up quite a bit as well.
Yeah, it's getting on a bit now. It's nearly 6:30. I'm able to hear the cleaners. I spent all of today going through doing stuff on the Switch. So first thing I addressed was the cursor. I was speaking about that a lot. So yeah, the main thing we did was we addressed the acceleration curve of the cursor. So you see that it starts slow before it gets faster. And the main thing for that, we want to be able to do some sort of fine control. So if you're colouring in a small section, for example, if you're spinning the joystick in a circle, it'll keep it in the same area. Because previously the acceleration was started too quickly, and you would end up quite difficult to sort of get some fine movement. But then mixing that with the curvature, allowing the acceleration to get faster as you go along, hopefully lets you play both styles of small movements as well as sweeping strokes if you're doing a larger section. So hopefully that works out. Rob's gonna have a better look at it tomorrow with a fresh set of eyes, because we've been looking at it a bit too much back and forth. It seems right for now, and hopefully it'll stay as something that we don't need to change much more than what we've done. Other than that, I spent time going through the marine life. See here, I've gone ahead and New Game Plused the game, the book at least once, and it has updated the colour of the menu, which is the main thing I would want to check, because that's something that's sort of an in-depth sort of testing, and it's weren't expecting any bugs, but it's something that would take quite a lot of time to check. So now that's done, it's quite good. And all in all, it's been quite a good pass this time around. Only found 3 bugs so far, and 2 of them are quite minor as well. So that's good news. Only 1 bug that I'll need looking at, and that's this right here actually. The larger levels, if you click to open once completed, we get stuck on a loading screen. It's similar to the bug we had previously where the end of level animation took quite some time. The end of level animation is now alright, but if you want to review the animation, it does take some time. So if you wait long enough, it will eventually pop, but again, could be have some time now. But as I said, it's 6:30 now, and I'm ready to start heading home. Yeah, let Rob pick this back up tomorrow. And there you go, it's finally loaded in. I'll put a timer on the edit so it's how long it took, but you can tell. Yeah. Animation works alright once it's loaded, it just takes a hot second to get there.
Lee, what day is it? Thursday? Thursday? Just done stand up?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, so I'll show you a bit straightforward for me today. I'm mainly going to be Hexseed, so I'm going to make a start on getting all the store assets done for all the 6 DLCs. Just get them sort of ready out of the way, get them loaded, so just forget about them in the future. And then other than that, I'm going to be making a start on the actual Hexseed world, just to get enough to go on to send the store page up to Steam. Because we'll be off next week, if we get that set up before I leave, then it'll be done by the time I get back. So be able to make the announcements whatever else I need for Hexseed as of the week after. But yeah, it's going to be all Hexseed I reckon today.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm going to help you a little bit with that, so I need to sort out the colours for the worlds and stuff like that, just so you can get screenshots and stuff, right? But yeah, other than that, you found some more bugs for me to fix with Colour Pixels on Switch. So I'm going to have a look at that. There's not much though, thankfully. It's really good. Other than that, there's shuffle my shapes. I'm going to try and finish off that puzzle. There's not much left to do really, so that little barrel thing. So yeah, all over the place for me today, but should be good. Should be good.
It's just after lunch now, and I have just finished up going through all of the DLC store page assets in all the different languages. So that's English to all the way through to Chinese. And yeah, it's been alright. Just a bit of a slow process getting all the translations in and getting them looking good before we make them into the assets. All that's left to do now is go ahead and get them uploaded to the actual store pages. And once that's done, that'll be that task done for the future months.
Okay, so I've been doing some bug fixing for Colour Pixels on Switch. It's all boring stuff, really. Basically, one of the levels, any large level, really, was taking a while to load in. It still takes a second or two, but it's way better. It was locking up for about 10-15 seconds. So that's fine. That's actually great. I think it was the only single bug that needed fixing. But another good news, we've got our translations back. So as you can see, everything's in French, which is great. I've just plugged in the localization tables that we got back from the translation company. Everything seemed fine. The really quick turnaround from them this time, which is really, really good. Literally just a couple of days, really less than a week. So really impressed with that. And yeah, now we've got different languages. So it's another thing for Lee to test, because he needs to test in every language, obviously. But yeah, it's looking good. Lee, it's Friday. Woo! Excited for your week off next week?
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, genuine excitement. All right, screw you. Yes, we just done stand up like we usually do. What are you doing?
Yeah, so there's a few little tasks to do today. Quickly putting out the notice that there's no YouTube video next week. Just if you don't, if you've got any questions, hopefully I'll answer them for them. As well as that, the Who Shuffled My Shapes announcements are coming out for 12 o'clock today. They're already scheduled. Going to be jumping on the Discord, making sure the Discord's prepared for that, because we did mention about having a channel set up for Who Shuffled My Shapes as well. We've already got one for Exceeding Colour Pixels, so we'll keep the game separate and people chat about them. Get that all set up. There is also the poll for the next DLC for Colour Pixels. We'll be getting that sent out to the Patreon, so we've got a full week to vote on what we're doing next. And mainly just so I know what I'm doing when I come back after the week off. And then after that, it's back onto testing the Switch Colour Pixels. The main thing now is languages. So I'm putting the game, so I need to go through and reset the game, launch in a different region, and just check all the languages, make sure everything seems to be alright. I can't speak French or German, but I'll check that bit.
Yeah, we've got to assume that the translations are right. It's more like, are there any words cut off or anything like that? Yeah, and make sure there's nothing obviously English in like when you've got it set to like Chinese or something. That's all good, but for me, I'll be working on Who Shuffled My Shapes mainly. I didn't really get any chance to work on any puzzles yesterday. I was busy with Athena stuff. We mentioned Project Athena? Not really.
Not really.
No. Well, we'll just leave that hanging, and hopefully Yeah, so the barrel puzzle seems to be pretty much done, I think. I managed to get all of the stickers on it. Yeah, it works quite well. I quite like it when you're like cycling through like this way. It's quite satisfying. Both sides. And if you shuffle it up, it gets quite complicated. I think is the right word for it. It does look quite different from all the other puzzles, so quite pleased with it, to be honest.
Just spent most of the morning and early afternoon going over a lot of the smaller tasks that need to get tied away. For example, getting the poll for the next Colour Pixels DLC live for the Patreons, getting the YouTube video up. And more importantly though was the Who Shuffled My Shapes announcements. Most of them were scheduled, but the Discord and the Reddit posts, I hadn't scheduled those, just thought I'd do them on the day. Mostly for the Discord side of it was because I needed to set up the Who Shuffled My Shape specific rooms. So I've gone ahead and remembered how to apply the bot with the roles. So if you add that, you'll notice it gives me the Who Shuffled My Shape bug report role, and if I remove that again, it takes it off. So it's working quite well. Got that there and got the main one in the actual roles channel, because we've got the game chats down here. Obviously they're empty at the minute because no one needs to help with the game and there's no suggestions, it's not live, but they're there in preparation for when the game does go out. So hopefully that will set up and get people slowly tripping in here. But yeah, the announcements are out, which is great. Going on to now doing more of the QA testing for Switch, primarily the localization. So I've been going through all the books in English just now, double checking that all the text is there on all of the level names, which they are, which is fantastic. But also other things, anywhere where there's text, so you've got up here, New Game Plus, Return to Menu, etc. Double checking that those are actually in the game properly, which it looks like everything is for English. But I'm going to be going through all the different regions and all the different languages, just double checking that everything is there as it should be. So wherever there's text, that's what I need to be checking. So yeah, it'll be a bit of a slow process, but it needs doing, and double checking that everything is looking correct.
Okay, cool. So I managed to get the last puzzle for Who Shuffled My Shapes in, so we've got 20 now. This one is called the Primix Duo. It's quite interesting because when you move these outside pieces, the middle bit moves as well. It's quite a simple one, so hopefully people who aren't really into these type of puzzles will be able to solve it. Yeah, quite pleased with it. It's just I wanted to do this one because it was quite an interesting shape, sort of like the arrow corners. It was quite fun to model. But yeah, I think that's pretty much working, which is good. The drum barrel is completely finished now as well. I've recorded a GIF and sent that off to like Discord and Reddit and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the only thing left to do now is do the same for the Pyraminx Duo, is to share it on social media. But yeah, quite pleased. Lee, it's the weekend.
It's the weekend.
Cool. What? It's words. What have you been doing?
Yeah, so we've been a little bit of head seed this week. Mainly just sort of prepping for making the DLC, which starts next month for the new Year 2 pass. So we've been first of all updating the Year 1 pass store page, because that was a bit outdated. I've got to make some changes towards the end, so that's been updated. And it's got new screenshots, all that good stuff. So if you haven't got the Year 1 pass, check it out. But alternatively as well, we've been using that to make the template for the Year 2 store page as well. A lot of translations work yesterday, which is quite time consuming, quite mind-boggling, but I think I've got most of it done. Hopefully it's alright. Don't speak any of the languages that I'm typing in, but hopefully it's alright. And then other than that, just getting the store page assets ready as well. Spent a good half a day doing that, just getting them all done out of the way. Get them done now so I don't need to work on them in the future. So that's hopefully a bit of prep work for the Year 2 Hexseed DLC. That will just save us time going forward. Other than that, there's been a lot of just Switch stuff. Spent a lot of my time QA testing, plus just over the bug fix as well. And a lot of back and forth with that for Color Pixels. Pretty much just Switch for Color Pixels, alright? Nothing PC related.
No, the DLC came out last week. You've done the Patreon poll, so people can vote on what we're getting next.
Again, that's just prepping for next month, because that'll be what I'm doing when I come back after week off. Yeah, that's just huge off my shapes, a little bit of store page stuff. You can see the where it's been updated there. Just made all the announcements this week. The store page was made last week or week before, but all the announcements went out this week to make sure that I actually start navigating to the store page, let people know we've got a game coming out. Because there's no way of announcing it other than just let people know. So Discord integrations brought up as well. Now I've got the actual channels and stuff going on. And yeah, just across all our platforms, let people know that the game's out, or the store page is out, so you can start wishlisting it.
Done quite a fair bit, all over the place. But
All of this, yeah.
As for me, a bit of a more simpler week, I think. So I've been fixing the bug fixes the numerous bugs you found with the Color Pixels on Switch. Managed to add localization though. That's in apparently, although you tried testing it today and none of it worked, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So so obviously more work needs to be done into that. But we've got the translations back and they are in the game, so can confirm that at least.
Yeah.
That's the hard bit, I feel.
Yeah, they got that.
Yeah. But yeah, a little bit of time on that. Mainly just been who shook my shapes this week though. We've got the 2 extra puzzles in. So now we've got 20 puzzles, which is the target we wanted to hit before we actually release the game. So puzzles are done, basically. I did some small UI stuff as well, because I mainly did it last week, didn't I? But I did a couple of polishing stuff. So now when you swap between tabs, it fades quite nicely. And I've added the settings page and the codes page, just templates, but stuff that needed doing. But yeah, that's mainly been it, really. Some Project Athena stuff, but
yeah, sorry.
Top
Just
secret.
sort of
Top
prepping
secret.
for that. But yeah, check out the store page who shuffle my shapes, link will be in the description. Similar to last week's video as well. Or the week before, whichever one that was.
Just check it out. Add a wish list, because the wish lists really do help us out.
Yeah, get us more visibility to more players. So
Yeah.
any wish lists would be really grateful. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you as always to our Patreons. They've been absolutely amazing as always. And thanks for watching.